Hello, and welcome to the Love Your Work Life podcast. I'm your host, Elissa Shuck. Whether you're going for that next promotion, looking for a job, or making a career pivot, I'll teach you how to navigate it all so you can have the career you want.
Welcome to the Love Your Work Life podcast, episode 42.
All right, I've had my sip of coffee. I am ready to go. I am feeling a little bit emotional recording this today because it's been a wild week and it's been an exciting week. I have clients who are landing jobs, getting interviews, doing the tweaks to their LinkedIn profile that's starting to result in incoming inquiries about them. The resumes are getting in front of people and they're awing people. Is that a word? They're putting people in awe. I'm not sure. Whatever. But let's just say this. The resumes are working. They are expressing the true value that my clients are bringing to the role. And there is nothing more exciting to me than the stuff working and getting people jobs they love. I even had a client message me over LinkedIn this week, and we worked together a couple of years ago, and she said, "I just wanted to let you know I love my job." Whew. That just thrills me. And that's why I'm extra excited this week, because also my course, which is called Job Search Field Guide, is officially open today. As of the date of this podcast episode, Job Search Field Guide is open, and I'm thrilled because it's going to make the strategies and techniques and tips and all the stuff that I'm teaching my one-on-one clients more accessible. And so I want you to check it out. You can go to Elissa Shuck careercoach.com and you will see all of the information from all of the time I've spent working with clients and seeing what's working and getting results fast. I've put it all into this course. So I do invite you to check that out. All right. Now, on to the topic of today. The thing I'm going to talk about is the thing that I think is one of the biggest struggles for job seekers, and that is because, you're putting yourself out there every single day, and it feels challenging. It makes you feel vulnerable. Sometimes you are working at a job that is not a great fit. You're not being treated well. And so, of course, you come home, you are exhausted, discouraged, feeling beat up, and the last thing that you want to do is jump into your job search and be happy and peppy for somebody else out there so that you can get a new job. Trust me, I get it. I totally get it. But I want to talk to you today about how to keep showing up. And this will empower your job search, because what I'm going to teach you are some principles that you can use that you're actually already using. You just need to transplant or plug and play those things, those habits, into your job search. And I know one of the biggest things about a job search that feels discouraging is you feel like it's out of control, like you have zero control over anything that's happening. You will put your application out there and you'll get the automatic "thank you very much" response and never hear anything back. You're reaching out to people, you're networking, you're doing the informational interviews, you're trying your best, but you don't have any control over whether or not somebody else shows up for you, whether they accept that connection request or respond to that email. But here is the thing that will make all the difference. You have control, and the control is you showing up. I guarantee you that in any time in your life, in your work life, you showed up for things. You showed up for meetings, for conversations. When something was due, you did what you had to do to get it done, to turn in that report, to deliver that presentation, whatever it was. I want you to start transplanting, plug and play those thoughts, habits, and attitudes about your work life into your search life. Because this is what will help you feel more like you're in control. This is where you get the opportunity to tap into higher level thinking. And what I mean by higher level thinking is it's just the math. When you're in higher level thinking, you aren't thinking about how likable you are, whether or not you're qualified. You aren't thinking about gaps in education and overqualification and underqualification. You're thinking about the process. You're thinking about, I am 60% qualified, therefore I apply for the job. Boom. No questions asked, no rationalization, no hemming and hawing around or trying to decide. You just know, hey, I meet 60%, that equals I apply for the job. So you take the emotion out of it. That's the math. The emotion's out. You're just showing up because that is the process. You don't get a job unless you apply. And you don't elevate your career, you don't get that stretch job unless you apply for something that you're not quite qualified to do. Trust me, you're not qualified. We're not qualified to do life. Let's put it that way. I may have said it before. Have you ever raised a 2-year-old before you raised a 2-year-old? No. And even if you have raised one, when the other one comes along, they've got a completely different personality and a completely different approach. So I imagine some of the things that you did, some of the things that worked with the first 2-year-old are absolutely not working with the second one. This is life, my friends. We can do hard things. We can figure stuff out. You've been doing it every day of your regular job. New things come along and you have this way of figuring it out. I want you to start trusting yourself to figure it out in your job search. And of course, you're listening to me, you're listening to this podcast. If you're following me on LinkedIn, you know I'm teaching you things for that higher level thinking. And when you need the encouragement, when you need the boost in your emotion, you know, I've got you covered there too. But I want you to get into this habit of the process of this equals that, the math. When I'm 60% qualified, I apply. When I find the recruiter at the company, I reach out with a connection request. It can be so much easier than you're making it if you just tap into this higher level thinking and show up. The other thing is planning for results. When you are creating a result, what you're really doing is it's not a to-do list. A result is a goal. And it doesn't have to be the big, giant result. The big goal, the big result is landing a job in the place I want to work. Yes. But there's a bunch of little mini goals. There's a bunch of little mini results all along the way. And you've heard me talk about it before and you read about it, that yes, we have to believe it's possible to motivate ourselves to get it done. But here's a little interesting nuance here. When you set the goal when you create a result or you set out for your day that the result you want is you're going to apply for 2 jobs today, simply setting the goal, writing down the result you want is belief. People who don't set goals don't believe. People who don't write down their result list for the week don't actually believe that what they want is possible. So if you want to build up your belief, set your goal, write out what results you are going to create that day, that hour, that week, and your success will start to be your most predominant thought. It must be your most predominant thought in order to get it done. But again, those predominant thoughts of success can be about the big, giant picture, or it can be about the little, tiny habits, the micro pictures, the micro results that are going on throughout your job search. Tailoring your resume, sending out that connection request, reaching out, following up, send the thank you note. It's all math. It's all possible. And it happens when you simply show up and do the things that you know you must do. All right. Thanks, everybody. I'll talk to you soon. If you're listening to this podcast, you want to check out Job Search Field Guide. It's the job search strategy course that takes everything I share here, goes deeper, and teaches you how to apply these tips, plus giving you all the tools you need to have a successful job search. And by successful, I mean landing a job you want as quickly as possible. Job Search Field Guide gives you a job search strategy so that you can make any move you want in any market, never have to feel trapped or stuck, and always have control over your career. I can't wait for you to join. I will see you on the inside. All you need to do is just go to elissashuck-careercoach.com. You'll get all the details. I'll see you there.